All right. Let's review a bit the where we left off with COVID. Very much simple here to set some things up. In particular, I want to hit the flattening the curve bit. So, roughly, we have cases. We have new cases. We have, and we're just going to, again, be very simple, resolved cases. We have some of this going on. And then we have, in particular, we have connectivity. Let's call it connectivity because that's tivity. And for right now, we'll just say we have infectiousness. So that's kind of a general case there. And of course, whenever we see that structure, we expect some kind of exponential thing taking off like that. Might have to adjust my space here, but in the case of a disease like COVID-19, where there is some, we're not sure how much, immunity in this part, we have a curve that does something like that. It tends to be tends to have a little longer tail, perhaps. But it does something like that. I will have assigned, depending on when you're looking at this, what will probably become known as the Imperial College paper, that looks very much at the shape of this curve and worries a lot about where healthcare is overwhelmed. Health care overwhelmed. Yikes! And of course, we don't want that to happen. So this whole flattening the curve, I'm sure all of you have that, is that we want to, if this is the total and it's going to be fixed, we want to spread this out as long as possible, where this is T and this is N, number of cases. So this is a flattening the curve. I'm also going to assign an economist paper which talks about this. Now, the two, oh wow, infectiousness is spelled really poorly. The thing that determines the shape of this curve is, well, there's two things, at least two things, that determine the shape of this curve. One of them is how infectious this nasty little thing is, and the answer to that is big. But we're going to assume that it doesn't change, that over the course of this epidemic, this part of this structure that gives us this shape doesn't change. However, this connectivity, this is the, let's just call it what we're calling it right now, social distance. And in a causal sense, if we have rate of spread and social distance, I'm just going to call that. Social distance, as social distance goes up, rate of spread goes down. Well, as rate of spread goes down, social distance could also go down if we're, and the Imperial College gets at this. But we'll take that away for now. The real thing is that as this social distance goes up, the rate of spread goes down. So we have a negative correlation. And as the rate of spread goes down, there's more time. Well, the rate of increase of cases, and this is cases, the rate of increase in cases also goes down. So this is a very simple starting point for where we are, and it folds this social distancing that we're all doing. You all are not living in dormitories where this is very, very small. I mean, if we just think in terms of our class, the spatial scale, and I'll come back to that, and we'll come back to that going forward. The distance, the average distance between each of us is now much larger. Now, the average distance between you and whomever you're living with, wherever you are, in some sense has gone down by a lot, and that has other implications which we'll start to think about. All right, so social distancing, spreading the curve, read the papers, stay tuned.